Hello and welcome back to Sheffield Banjo Lessons. So today we're going to look at putting these three rolls and three chords that we've learned in the previous lessons together, and we're going to do that and learn Boil Them Cabbage Down. Okay, this is a bluegrass sort of classic. It'll be in your hands for a jam session and you'll be able to accompany everyone that's playing the music. It's also going to give you a really good way to practice these rolls and these chord changes whilst building up all the stability in your fundamentals. We're going to split the lesson down into three parts. The first part is going to be looking at the difference between accompaniment and melody. The second part is going to be learning Boil Them Cabbage Down with the chord changes. And then the third part is going to take a look at what is the melody for Boil Them Cabbage Down so you can see how it's in there with what you're playing too. Okay, let's get started. So what is accompaniment and what is melody? Okay, so melody you probably know. Actually, melody is the tune to a song. If you were to sing it, you would be singing the actual melody of the song. The accompaniment is going to be all the stuff that supports that. So that's going to be chordal playing guitars or piano. And for us, the way we can support that music is by playing the rolls behind it. So we're going to use Boil Them Cabbage Down and build this accompaniment to that song so that when others are taking the lead, whether it's the fiddle or the vocals, we're going to be able to play underneath them and play along and really add our part to the music too. So let's look at mixing those rolls in Boil Them Cabbage Down. So the three rolls we've learned so far are the forward-backward roll, the alternating thumb roll, and the alternating pinch roll. And what we're going to do is we're going to play one of those for each one of the chords. We've learned a C chord, we know the G chord, and we have the D7 chord as well. So the tab's going to appear on the screen for you, but what you're going to be playing is going to be the forward-backward roll in G, followed by the alternating thumb roll in C, the forward-backward roll in G, and then the alternating pinch roll in the D7. And that's going to be your first line. So let's take a look at that. So forward-backward roll in G, alternating thumb roll in C, forward-backward roll in G, the alternating pinch roll in the D7. And that's going to be our first line. So let's put those together now. And one more time. Now, if you're struggling to play the C chord, you can just do the C chord with the forward-backward roll as well, or just repeat the first four notes of that alternating thumb, and then you can get away with that two-finger C chord. And that way, whilst you're working on that C chord alongside, you can still play this composition as well. So the second line is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have that forward-backward roll in G, we're going to have that alternating thumb roll in C, but then we're going to do a forward-backward roll. But the first four notes of the forward-backward roll will be in that open G, and the backward part, the last four notes, are going to be in the D7, and then we're going to have an alternating pinch roll in open G to finish it off. So that's going to be forward-backward in G, alternating thumb in C, and then a forward in G, backward with the D7, alternating pinch in G. So let's see how that sounds. So do you see how we went forward in G and then backwards in D7? So forward, then D7 comes on for the backward. There we go. Excellent. So let's go one more time. Excellent. Hit pause, play this through a few times so you've got it in your hands, and then we're going to look at putting the two together. So here is Boil Them Cabbage Down with line 1 and 2 together. And as with all of these, get a backing track on. That'll be linked below when it's ready for you. And then really see about playing it, linking all the different rolls together with even tone, even time. And with this, you can then accompany anyone playing Boil Them Cabbage Down. So as I said earlier in the video, this is the accompaniment mainly that we're using. We're adding the different rolls together and the different chords together to accompany Boil Them Cabbage Down. But I also said that the melody was within there as well. So if you're unfamiliar with it, just check it out on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you get your music and just get the idea of what that melody is going to be. But now let's see about where it is on the banjo when we play these rolls. So if you remember, our first roll is actually our forward-backward roll. Okay, and that uses the G chord, which is the G, the B and the D. So our first melody is actually, it's 4 notes on the second string, on the B. So that's in there within our roll, isn't it? It's the second note in our forward-backward roll. So we're carrying that melody note through in what we're playing, even though we're not playing it 4 times as kind of it's sung. We're playing it within our roll. So we do carry the melody with it. The melody over the C chord is actually just over the C note, which is just going to be the first fret in our C chord on the B string, on string number 2. And that would be over the lyric down. So what you'll be getting for the melody is, and that C in the C chord is going to be there for us when we play the roll. So let's play it now. So did you notice where that was? So the melody being, for the first line, B, 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 C, are in both the rolls that we have. Okay, so the next line then, it's going to change. So we're going to have the same melody notes over the B, which is over the G chord, but after that we're going to actually drop to the second fret on the G string to give us an A. So that's going to be string number 3, fret number 2. So that line will be, and if you think about the rolls again, we have that same forward-backward roll, so we know we've got that B note in there. And then we follow it up with the alternating pinch on the D7. where that second fret is for that melody note there. So the full line of the melody so far is going to be okay, so listen for where that is in our chords. If you're unsure, you can even play that melody on its own over the chords, over the backing track to get the idea of where it is. I tried to hit it just that tiny bit more sort of dynamically so that you could hear it. And if we look at line 2 of Boil Them Cabbage Down, you are going to have the same melody for the same first 2 bars, which is the B, 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 C, so open and then first fret on string number 2. But then we're going to change the melody. So for the last 2 bars, if you remember, we do the forward roll in G and the backward part of the roll in D7. And that's going to have the melody change in it as well before we go to that open G pinch. And the melody is going to be so for bars 1 and 2 of the second line, we've got that same melody over the G and the C chord, which is that open B and then the first fret. And that's in the same rolls as we had before. The melody in the last 2 bars though is slightly different. So if you remember, we do the forward roll in G, but the backward portion is in the D7. They're going to contain our melody notes as well. And then the 4th bar of that line is going to be the open G, and that's going to have the last one too. So the melody is going to be open B string, then 2nd fret on the middle on string 3, and then it'll finish with an open string 3. So those last 4 bars together will be so let's see where they are in the rolls. So lastly, let's recap that entire melody so that you can play that along, like we said, to Boil Them Cabbage Down and really get the idea of what you're affecting with the chords. So again, play the chords, play the accompaniment, and try and feel where the melody would accompany that, and you'll get a nice rhythm to the chords that you're playing, to the rolls that you're playing. Get that really nice and really stable, and then play the melody a little bit as well. So play it to the backing track and see if you can kind of pitch that in and let one affect the other so that you get a really nice balanced tune. So awesome work for sticking through that, and congratulations, you now have Boil Them Cabbage Down. You also have the ability to mix any of these rolls and chords together so you can start backing up other musicians and playing more and more. So the advice from here is really get these sort of components super stable. Really listen for that even tone and that even timing, and get your chord changes really nice and crisp. When you're at that stage, you'll be able to either speed up that little bit if you want to, or really just be comfortable at that pace. And what we can then do, we can start adding more and more to it, learning more songs, learning more techniques. So with that in mind, happy picking, and let's go to the next. To keep improving with all these, check out the links below to the Ko-Fi store, the website, and to the Patreon page. And on those pages, you're going to find different exercise sheets, different songs, and you're going to find different backing tracks also at various speeds, so that you can then keep practicing these and getting better and better in your banjo journey. Thanks for checking it out.